and it's called Feel It Coming. As we said, welcome to Made. And how would you define this feature, Made? I mean, what is it about? You're talking about people that are made, self-made.
Yes.
Okay, so it is that simple, self-made. And in studio, as we engaged earlier on, we've got Mr. Thapelo Sebiloane. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm very well, my brother. How are you doing?
No, we're doing great. We're doing very well. Once again, for the benefit of those that might have missed out, the very first time we spoke to you, that was a little earlier on. And of course, for the luxury of those that have already picked it up, can you just tell us what it is that you are all about? What is it that's got you made?
All right. It's very simple. I think I'm a visionary. And I've got a group of company called Into. And then I've got a number of, I think about 7 companies that are doing very well. But I think the interesting story is how it got started. I think everyone wants to understand that self-made, what it takes, and I believe that builds the character. But how you build that character, I think I've made my first million at the age of 22 years, So I know what it takes how to do that. I'm very excited at least to unpack, let's talk about it, how can you call yourself self-made? What it takes to be self-made. Yeah.
So I know you studied in London,
Yeah.
and you were actually even a music producer. How did you move away from that and then find yourself here in business, and you're making your first million at the age of 24, 25, as you mentioned?
Not 22. Yeah.
22, yes.
Yeah. Well, look, let me explain. The whole life, I think I'm touched to be here. I spend most of my time to come to SABC. A lot of people know me since from Bundate Kwekwe, like Tuso. When Tuso is preaching that music at the background, I'm the one who does that music. I've done a lot of artists like your Semi Malete, and then your Polly Chalava, your Albertina. I've produced a lot of artists, and it's my passion. I'm very passionate about it. Maybe it's because of my background. I'm from church. I love the Lord, serve the Lord. I'm still playing in church. So I'm a professional producer. I used to work with Robbie Emalinga, and Cool Spot Studio.
I remember that, Olivia.
Then I left music because of, it was like, really to be honest, I've seen a lot of friends not doing well financial-wise. And then I said, look, I'm a businessman. I want to take it to another level whereby at least I know exactly, I can do ends meet. I can make sure that this brings something or brings something on my table. But it was very difficult. By then, it was only white, who have all those companies. But I decided to go and study in England. But studying in England is just to do business management. Studying in England is because of the music opportunity. So also I was also doing music in England, but also I decided to study in England.
All right. So now we're focusing on the journey right now, the fact that you are here on this chair and you're here to speak about what it is you're currently doing and doing well.
Yeah.
And for any business venture to succeed, it's all about having the right backing.
Yeah.
Now you got a massive backing with a contract you received. Tell us about that contract. How did you get the contract? And what did it do for you and your business?
All right. Yeah, well, I want to be honest with you. The contract, it's at the end. Let's talk about what separates you from the others.
Yeah.
I think if you start to choose a different journey in South Africa, we're not good in terms of research and R&D. So the best thing that I have done, I've realized the gap and the niche in South Africa about medicine science. As you know, South Africa, we are number 2nd from the bottom in terms of medicine science. I took my time, my money from the music, my money, and invest my money in terms of traveling the whole world. I've traveled the world. I have traveled the world. Traveling in Singapore, Japan, just to study how did they get this thing right in terms of meds? How do they help these kids to understand medicine science? Because if medicine science really, to be honest, these are a very critical subject that can change the whole economy. If you talk about economy emancipation, you talk about medicine science. So for us to have engineer, actuaries, we need medicine science. For you to sit here, you need medicine science to be an engineer. So for us to have the means of production, we need medicine science. So I took my time to go and just research about what intervention can I bring in South Africa to change the landscape of education in South Africa.
Now, when you were traveling, what did you find that they were doing right within their educational system as opposed to what we were lacking in?
All right. Simple. It's an applied knowledge.
Mm.
Applied knowledge is when you talk about what you have studied at school, and that you can go into any environment, and then you can see let's say, let me just give you an example. People who manufacture phones, or any Samsung or whatever, Apple, electronics, they study electronics.
Mm.
Some of them, they study electronics. But the most important, they just give you the basics. But you need to understand that how you practicalize it, like countries like Germany. Germany, we don't have a lot of people with PhD and things like that. People have got only like your diploma.
Yeah.
But those are the engineers who come up with BMs and all this kind of, all this kind of technology. Germany is one of the highest, high tech, like your Japan, like other Asian countries.
Mm.
But here, the problem we have, you can even have a student with a master's, but if you bring him in the environment, work environment, there's a lot that you need to teach.
Mm.
There's a lot. It's not applied. At least you need some experience for him at least to be relevant in a job environment.
I have to ask, you said you've traveled the world, just looking at how are they succeeding in this field. And I would assume that somewhere down the line when you started doing your own thing, you formed some sort of partnerships with some of these countries. Which countries have you formed partnerships with, and how did you choose? How did you select as to which country do I form a partnership with?
Yeah, I think it's because of the performance. Like I went to Singapore. As you know, Singapore is number one in the world in terms of medicine science. It's number one in the world. Why Singapore number one in medicine science? Because of their methodology. There's a methodology comes called CPA, concrete, pictorial, and abstract. Here in South Africa, we learn only in an abstract way. You take a textbook, you learn. But we are saying math is it's an applied subject.
Mm.
So the concrete, pictorial, and abstract. At least if I play something like a movie, it brings something into your mind.
Mm.
If you feel in touch, like your manipulatives that they are using, there are a lot of gadgets that they are using. So the reason why now, one of my very strong company, which is EduSummit, we are using what you call CPA methodology, and we are helping like your Free State is number one now.
Yeah.
We took Free State, from 7 years back. We took Free State, working with Free State and trying to build this concept. Today, Free State is number one.
Mm.
It's the only Free State that can take 1,800 students to go and learn, Japan, Paris, Turkey, all these countries. They can export now a lot of students because my program, we're trying to produce global citizens.
Mm.
No.
So with the success that you have, of course, explained now, the Free State, what is your next province that you are planning to work with to also push them up there?
Well, now, as I'm talking, I've got a lot of provinces. I've got your Northwest.
Yes.
I've got your Mpumalanga. I'm talking to Natal. I'm talking to Eastern Cape. It's just for us to agree. Lesotho,
Mm-hmm.
Botswana, Nigeria. That's what I'm doing. Ghana. That's what I'm doing. So I think I'm now in my belt. I've got a lot of countries that we are helping in terms of medicine science. In fact, I think EduSummit is the biggest in Africa. Is the biggest e-learning company.
Mm.
Yeah.
I guess now the most important part, access. How do we access EduSummit?
A lot. I mean, you go to the website of Lithuanians, you'll see there's EduSummit there.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, to be honest, we are concentrating in terms of helping coming up with the intervention to help the provincial level.
Mm.
But I was having a serious talk with my guys now to say, guys, look, listen, now we need to come up with an intervention how we can help individual students.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, as I'm saying, like now, we've got our own plant in Natal. We are manufacturing tablets. Then those tablets, we're gonna put the content. We're gonna do something like a visual office, but it's like a visual school.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're going to be a member of the EduSummit about medicine science. We've got our program, interactive learning content. Then we'll be monitoring you, and then so we're coming up with that. But I don't want to talk about this program because it's very, it's still
Very
I'm still
early
cooking.
stages.
It's very at the early stage. So, but I promise you, next year we're gonna,
I think we need more citizens such as yourself that are proactively engaging and coming up with ideas that only it can elevate the state of education, at least as far as this country is concerned. And I think it's an awesome thing to do. And if there's ever anything that we can contribute with regards to, just being out there.
Yeah, and I guess also with these subjects, maths and science, it's not that children can't do it. It's just that we're not speaking to them in the way that they would prefer to be spoken to.
Yes. Remember, it's a foreign language.
Yes.
Like, it's an abstract language. So you're still struggling with the language for you to understand.
The entire exercise is
abstract theorem before you understand that word.
Mm.
So as we unpack that, we make you touch, we make you feel. So it's a total different, it's a total different approach. And what we are saying, you must understand, we've got a lot of challenges in South Africa. And one of our challenge, I think, a teacher as agent of change, our teachers, people who especially master minds, they are not in a school environment. It's not like Singapore. Singapore, people with PhD, they are the teachers.
Yes.
Because they've got a pride. And being a teacher in Singapore, you are something important in the society.
Mm.
So it's for us to work with all this organization to bring the pride of a teacher. Then you must know that you are the agent of change.
Mm.
Yes.
We appreciate your time, and we can only wish you the best once again, and that is Mr. Peter Thapelo Sebiloane, the Executive Chairman and the founder of Nsu, a black industrialist.
Yes.
I think we need to have teachers there too. A true visionary who started the Nsu group of companies, and he was born and bred in Pietersstein, a small town in the Free State, representing, and Free State is now #1 and is now spreading it all out. That is throughout the country. Wishing you the
Maybe,
best with,
maybe all become competitive when it comes to science and maths.
Yeah.
And we'll put your details on our website because I believe many people need to get in touch with you.
Thank you.
This is the beginning of great things for the entire country.
No, thank you. I'm very excited about all this intervention. But as I'm saying, like, we need to work together, work together to make sure that our kids really get the best.